I thought about to return to Syria because my country need us now. So
Yeah, yeah.
I prefer to Syria, but the auditing firms can't to open in Syria because Syria has a big problem. Is because the big problem in Syria is international sanction. So
Yeah, yeah.
when the international sanction will be lifted, the auditing firms can open in Syria.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
because of
exactly.
sanctions. That's yeah. So so yeah, if you could tell me like what is now happening, like is it do you are you hopeful that that the international sanctions will be lifted in the near medium term? Like, is that situation improving? Do you think?
Yeah,
Um,
I convinced the international sanction will be lifted now because the Syrian people inside Syria is poor and in impoverished, and there are many problem in Syria, such as there are many destroyed cities
yeah,
and
I
many
know.
displaced people inside Syria. And no
Yeah,
electricity, no water. The electricity available just 2 hours, the water just 2 hours, and there are water in Syria, but the water
there is. There is.
needs it is water there. It many rivers in Syria, but
Yeah. Okay.
this water needs electricity, and
Yeah.
we need we need the international sanction will be lifted to useful the water. So the water
Yeah.
just 2 hour in just in 2 hour available 2 hour in day, and everything we know everything in the world needs the water.
Yeah.
And the internet is very weak and not available every time. Yeah, exactly. So I convinced the international sanction will be lifted or should be lifted.
Yeah. So this is kind of what my summary of what you're saying. We need to rebuild the Syrians in Syria needs to
Yeah,
rebuild the infrastructure, and the international sanctions are
y- yeah,
preventing this
exactly.
from
We
happening.
we we need to rebuild our country, but we can't because it's difficult a country to be survive with the sanction.
Yeah.
When the international sanction will be lifted, we can rebuild because everything needs them raw materials. The
Yeah.
raw materials from a different other country, but the other country can't give Syria the material because Syria has international sanction. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So this is why I don't like international sanctions,
yeah,
because it always just hurts the regular living, like the
yeah,
regular
yeah,
people, and like it just harms like life, like basic things in life is what it seems, what I from the stories I hear from
yeah,
people. And so I'm not a fan
yeah,
of international sanctions as a
yeah.
political strategy. Like, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And the international sanction was the old government. Now the new government are is working hard to create peace and make sure all group are treated equally. Yeah,
yeah,
the international sanction was on the Bashar. Bashar
yeah,
was
yeah. That's
the
why,
criminal.
yeah.
Exactly, criminal person, not just he. His name Maher, was the biggest drug dealer in the world. Imagine
Oh
the
wow.
president brother was biggest drug dealer in the world, and not
Okay.
his brother and he. His father was a criminal person. He do a big miscarriage and killed many people in Hama in 1982.
Okay.
He miscarried and killed many people in Syria. A criminal was criminal family, And
Okay.
when he filled to Moscow, he stole a lot of money and a lot of gold. And the people inside Syria now is very poor and impoverished. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. So
yeah.
I think I convinced that he must be tried it for what he did. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think this is like? What it like is Donald Trump is like on the topic of everybody's minds. Like, what is he gonna? Is he good for this situation or not good for this situation?
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, Trump. Anyone don't know what the Trump is
yeah,
thinking, because
yeah,
I think that the same Trump, don't know what the Trump saw the international sanction on the poor people
yeah.
will for inflation. Yeah, in future.
I think so too. It's and I don't know what if see and I know that I didn't look at the news of today and
Yeah.
yesterday so closely, but I know he's
Mhm.
pausing so many tariffs probably because of
Mhm.
all this pressure from business
Yeah.
people. And
Yeah.
yeah, I was even thinking if he continue that policy of what happened to the US dollar, like I mean, the US dollar will not be the king of money forever. You know, like it's not going to always be the king of all money. So there it will at some point fall, and the world will change. But I wondered always if this whole thing might start that process or not. But with the situation in Syria, like, cause I know I mean, he has so many problems with culture that I don't like also about him. You know, with religion and things, the way he but I know sometimes he's trying to reduce the conflict and end all these conflicts is something part of like that he tries to present himself as if. But for the Syria situation, has he talked about Syria at all in any way that's helpful for your situation or no?
Is the
With
situation in Syria?
the
Uh,
sanctions, like, what
sanction.
do you think Trump will help it remove the international sanctions on Syria in any
Yeah,
way
yeah.
or
If the international sanction aren't lifted, the Syria will not rebuild, and the situation will be worse.
mhm,
If the world want to help Syria, the international sanction should be lifted, because
yeah,
inside Syria there are a lot of displaced people inside
yeah,
Syria
yeah,
from
I know.
Syria,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there are many cities is destroyed, and
yeah,
the people inside Syria is no shelter, no electricity, no anything. The people inside Syria a big suffer, because the main needs not found not found, and no money, no electricity, no water. The people is very poor and impoverished. So
yeah,
I think if the world want to help the Syria, the international sanction should be lifted.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
we can't rebuild. We
and the
can't
United
rebuild with
States
the international sanction. Yeah,
the United States obviously has been a problematic for this whole thing, right?
but
But
I think that Trump wants the uh, wants the anything for the international sanction lifted.
okay.
Anything, because he thinks a businessman,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
as a
yeah.
businessman, not the human man. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah, so
yeah,
maybe it could be something. That's what I was thinking. Maybe like even with
yeah,
all his
yeah,
flaws, sometimes
yeah,
he can be helpful even if he doesn't care
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Uh,
And until now, I don't know why the international sanction continue.
yeah, I don't either. I thought I'm very happy to meet with you.